Hello, beautiful morning. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, reports the live from Lagos, Nigeria. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, guys. We are fast approaching the weekend. I hope you are as excited as I am, guys. Cheers to the freaking weekend in a bit. In a bit. But guys, welcome to Newspaper Review. Please, as you come into the studio, do well to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone on to the broadcast. Please do well to like the broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast, guys. If you just come in a little closer into the comment section, there's a dollar sign to the right in the comment section. Guys, let's begin our day by showing some massive love on here. Please, thank you very much. Welcome to this broadcast. I'm Mary Kimade. Beautiful morning to you too. How you doing? Miss Morgan, good afternoon to you. How you doing? Thank you for joining us here. Osagovo, beautiful morning to you. Thank you for being here, Mommy Diaspora. Good morning to you, Ma. Thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, let's observe all the rules on here. Please mute your mic if you're not the one speaking to avoid disruption and distraction in the broadcast. Thank you. Yes, Mommy Diaspora, I'm wishing you a beautiful day as well. Thank you for being here and thank you for your kind words. Mr. Edolai, shout out to you. I hope you are well. Brother Nice, shout out to you. I hope you're well. Mr. Kennedy, I hope you enjoy your vacation. Evans, I hope you. The bar, we miss you on here. Come and talk to us. I hope you're having a good one. Johnson Emmanuel, how are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Mr. Ogbonski, how are you doing? And how is your talk going? Guys, thank you so very much for always being here. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you look forward to seeing me as much as I do every day. Yes, every day. Hi, Chidi Domike. How you doing? Chidi, I think this is unusually very early for you to join the broadcast, but good to have you here, Chidi. Good morning to you. How are you? I hope you're well. Mr. Letgo, good morning to you. Okay, guys, good morning to everybody. I am not here to do roll call, but giving a shout out to my people. Yes, guys. I'd like to meet you. I'd like to know you. I'd like to read from you. I'd like to hear from you. So quit being just a flow member and come in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Mr. Michael, how you doing? All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Yes, Mr. Brian Maxwell. Beautiful morning to you. How you doing? Guys, in the comment section, I have posted the link. Please click on it and come right here into the studio. Let's talk. Mr. Charles, good evening to you, Mr. Charles. How you doing?
I'm very well, Mrs. Emma. How is Nigeria?
Peaceful and beautiful. Thank you for asking, sir.
Thank God it is peaceful and beautiful.
All right, Mr. Charles. Thank you. I hope you've had a good day yourself.
I do.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Welcome to the studio again, guys. If you're just joining us, please do also like this broadcast, share, invite someone. Also, turn on your notification bell on Niger Watch. Yes, you should. We drop premium content, and you know this. So, turn on your notification bell, please. Thank you, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Mr. Van Maxwell, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, Sister Emma. How is Nigeria today?
Oh, fine. Thank you for asking, sir. Thank you, and welcome to the broadcast. Okay, we'll just run straight into the business of the day. Our first, okay, before we get to our first paper, before we get to our first paper, I want to welcome each and every one of you once again, and I am appealing, please. We already know the do's and don'ts of our channel. So please let's adhere to it. No insult. You're not even allowed to insult yourself on this on our platform. How much more other people, or the good people of Nigeria? So please let's respect that. Also try not to interject when someone is speaking. Allow them finish their submission, please. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Shall we begin? Our first paper for the day is the Punch. And on the Punch, we have PDP crisis. Atiku Wabara meets aggrieved governors. Makinde demands Ayu's exit. Former Board of Trustees Chair Debris forced to resign. Party still in crisis. George. Southwest PDP agrees to back ex-VP. Oyo Governor seeks restructuring of National Working Committee. Ayu's resignation, just a minute, please. Ayu's resignation achievable but must be negotiated to avert crisis, and that's from Atiku and Benue Senator. FG, Federal Government United Europe's AFD completes 104 billion naira electricity agreement. Senate to scrap over 400 MDAs in 2023. That will be good. Bank deposits rise by 24% to 42 trillion naira. PSC Chairman Smith resigns amidst police recruitment crisis. For chancellors, VCs intervene in ASU's 7-month strike. Ekiti Road collapses, motorists groan, seeks government intervention. That's the picture you have right there. The road literally caved in. And they said the cause of this is the water from the rock close by, that's left a spot and, has been eating the ground inside. And that's the result. And I hope something is done quickly about it. Tackle insecurity. Can Anglican primates tell federal government? Customs intercept 80,000-liter tankers carrying dirty diesel. NSAS panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 victims. All right, let's take... Okay, what story do we take here first? Tackle insecurity. Can Anglican primates again and again for the often time, I guess, for the often time, has come out to tell federal to tackle insecurity. Well, let's hope that one of this, something's going to be done about it very soon. And now, customs intercept 80,000-liter tankers carrying dirty diesel. 80,000. Mr. Charles, why we are fighting for this? We are fighting for this. A truck, 80,000. And when they said when they went to, checked that this product was not even logged in, it was completely missing from the data. Like it never existed. So are we also going to blame government for this?
Yeah, they are in charge. You see, when a father, in a family, parents, no matter whatever happens, they are supposed to take the blame. Because if from the beginning you have do what you are supposed to do as parents, maybe some of the attitude of the children that people are seeing 100%, maybe they wouldn't have seen 100% of it. Maybe people will be seeing 40, 60% will be hidden. But today, we have a government who have shown every kind of unwillingness to take responsibility of their actions. A government who don't everything about them have shown that they don't know, they don't have direction. They cannot take decision. Or am I gonna say it is kind of something that they have shared to their friends and family members. So no matter whatever that happens, no one cares. A government that right from the day they came to power, they have continued to blame the people they succeeded, knowing very well that before they apply for this job, this is how things are. Things was not good. Things were very bad. Everything has gone sour, and you saw it and you apply for this job, and from that day to this day, you have keep on complaining each and every time. The people that you took over from, look at how you met them. This is from today. Since today, the same excuse. What are you talking about? Uh, 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 Diesel, 80,000 liters of diesel that is dirty. Now you can't even see a record of where it is taken from. Who are you?
Yeah.
So who are you telling? Who are you? What are you talking? Do we? And you have the gall to come out and tell us that we have a government. Where does those things happen? It doesn't happen anywhere. All these things, I say most of the times, I blame we Nigerians. And again, we have never gotten oppositions who can speak truth to the power. We have the oppositions we have is those who they are all the same. They are all the same. Like I gave example yesterday of South Africa. If you go South Africa Parliament, EFF Malema. Today there is an uproar in South Africa. They are demanding for their president to resign because there is a corruption. They found there was an allegation that there are amount of money that was found in his farm. How much is that? About for $3 or $4 million, and they are demanding for his resignation. And if care is not taken, he will not sit down in that power. Can this happen to Nigeria? I asked my friend that was telling me that. I say, $4 million is nothing to compare with what senators are stealing, what directors of DGs are stealing. What is this? Nothing. Nigerian they steal in billions and nothing happens. So today they are demanding for Ramaphosa to leave power just because of about $4 million. Can that happen in Nigeria? It cannot happen. And this is when all these content.
Very soon, Mr. Charles, very soon. We are getting there.
You see, when all these things begin to happen, you see the fear. Politicians will begin to be afraid because they know that every little mistake, people will come on them. People will hit them bad. They will be careful. That is why these guys are doing what they are doing, and nobody is talking. Even if we shout, hey, 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 before you know it, everywhere we go silent. It looks as if nothing has happened. Look at what is happening in Nigeria, where bandits will
Correct.
kidnap. They show it. They put video on it. Not all people will see it and shout and go back to their home.
All
Honestly.
right, Mr. Charles. Thank you for your submission. All right.
Okay, my dear.
Mr. Van
Thank you.
Maxwell. Yes, sir. Mr. Van Maxwell, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, Sister Emma. I hope I'm coming out clear today.
No, we still have this network to deal with. But let me catch your reaction to this. In the news, it says that Body George is a statesman uh, in PDP, and he has come out to say that former Board of Trustees chair Jibril was forced to resign. Although the Jibril came out to say that. Although he came out as at the time he resigned, he said for the good, for the peace, for all those things that they say anyway. But now we've come to know what we have always deemed to be the truth by from Bodejo saying that Jibril was forced to resign. Still, the party is still in crisis. So if PDP cannot unify themselves as a party, right? should Nigerians even have hope for them to unify the country? Because we need a unifier right now in the country.
Thank you so much, Sister Emma. Good morning from Ghana to all the panelists and those that are listening to us. I will say, capital no. You cannot give what you don't have. PDP has been mad with all sorts of impunity. Look at the primaries that they held. What happened there? A flagrant display of dollarism. That is what they did there. So you don't expect these people to come and lead you in that country. If you believe that Nigeria will work, my brother, my sisters and brothers, not these people, APC and PDP, they are the reason why Nigeria is where it is today. That is the simple truth. Somebody will embezzle a huge amount of money and nothing. He will just be walking free on the street of Nigeria. There are so many of them. When they start the case, there is nothing to take out of it. Up to today, most of these cases are not being concluded. These are the people that had never brought anything to Nigerians. They haven't brought succor to Nigerians developmentally, infrastructure. There is nothing they have given to Nigerians. Rather, they gave Nigerians misery, bloodletting, and so on and so forth. What Bode George said is exactly what happened. But you know how they work in Nigeria. This one will come and say this one will come and say this one. You cannot even know the exact truth. They are just only throwing confusion in the mind of Nigerians. If he was forced to resign, that is their business. If he resigned willingly, that is their business. But what I know is that this crop of people, as old as they are, they can never bring any meaningful, development or succor to Nigerians. You don't need them. They cannot give you what they cannot give to themselves. After all, the manifesto of their party did not say they will not deliver 1, 2, 3, or 5 these things to Nigerians that will make their life better. No, they didn't say that. They will give you a well-polished manifesto, but when they get there, they change. We know
Right.
them. We've heard of them, so they cannot help you. I say no to it. Do not put them in. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Vine. Thank you. Good to have you on the broadcast. Please, if you're just coming in, do well to like this broadcast, share, invite someone on to the broadcast. But please, let's begin with the likes. Thank you very much. And guys, please do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right in the comment section. You could do a super sticker, a super chat, or a direct transaction to our account numbers. But please, 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 guys, take out time to show us some love today. Thank you very much. Otegbe Wilfred, how you doing? Beautiful morning to you. Welcome to the broadcast. I hope you have liked this broadcast. Thank you and welcome to the broadcast. Mr. Let Go, beautiful morning to you, Doctor. How you doing?
Good morning, Ima. How are you?
I'm well, thank you very
Hello?
much, sir. Welcome to the broadcast.
Okay. Good morning, my fellow panelists, and good morning, Nigerians.
All right. So
So,
customs, right, has intercepted 80,000 liters of dirty diesel. 80,000 liters of dirty diesel.
okay, I don't have more information about that, but I think it's a wake-up call. But let me quickly comment on something, Ima, about the way Nigeria is dealing with an absolute strike that is heading to 7 months now. Like in the United States, as I'm talking to you right now, right? The trail station people, they want to go on strike. It's over going to a week now that they want to go on strike. Their Amtrak, their trains. So, and now that is a problem, right? So, And when they go on strike, it will affect the economy because all their goods, all the everything comes from train track. Understand? Because it's all over United States. They have train track everywhere, speed train, whatever. Transportation is all over. So now these people came out and said that they want to go on strike, and they have been negotiating with the government. And now they said they must either today they will carry their strike tomorrow. Do you know what the government are doing now? The government started negotiating with them, dialoguing with them, telling them the reason why they should not go on that strike. The government made at least 80% of what they asked for, but one item remains, and that item is they want to get a sick leave pay. They want to get a sick leave pay. And these people united with their labor to get what they want. And now their Congress are negotiating. Now the President Joe Biden want to invoke the executive power to give them what they want. So why am I saying this? To let you know, and Nigerians know, that our government, they are just trying to know what and see what AFSO will do. It's in their power. Even if our National Assembly, if they are not getting it right, the president has that executive power to do something, to put stop for what ASU is asking for. What ASU is asking for is not much. The government should do their best to get our children back to school. So what I just told you now is what is happening in the United States right now. As I'm talking to you, this is what is going on. And this is the way they want to provide solution for this. So whoever that is coming to say AFSO is asking too much, AFSO is demanding, AFSO is doing this, that person is lying to Nigerians. The government has all it takes to solve this problem within 30 minutes. But they choose not to. They just want to use it to play politics. And they forgot that they are playing politics with our youth that are not in school, with our youth that do not have jobs. So they are playing politics with our education. And the result will be they are recruiting more terrorists. They are recruiting more kidnappers. They are recruiting more thieves. They are recruiting more of anything dangerous coming to Nigerians. So that's what I want to that's what a little insight I want to give to Nigerians, that this present administration, the past administration, they know what to do. They know the button to press for AFSU to be free, for our education to work without strike. Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Lego, thank you and welcome to the broadcast once again. Please do well to put your mic comments. We'll take the next paper and we'll continue. Makinde Southwest PDP give article conditions. This from Daily Sun. Insist on Ayu's removal. We will be guided by party's constitution presidential candidate. Supreme Court declares Odi Ifeanyi PDP gubernatorial candidate for Ebonyi. Alaafin Ogboni confraternity warns kingmakers against politicizing stool. Alaafin Ogboni confraternity warns kingmakers against politicizing stool. ASU strike. Nance threatening to shut down Nigeria. Takes protest to Ibadan. Students barricading highways, breaking laws. President to present 19.76 trillion naira budget in October, and that's from Gbajabiamila. Wiki's lawyers, illness stalls hearing in suits against PDP presidential candidates. INEC under pressure. 2023 elections. Buhari counts on God's will. Let's take this. So, Buhari was at the Church of Nigeria. I think that event happened yesterday, and he has beckoned on Nigerians to pray. He said that Nigerians should pray to God concerning the forthcoming elections because we need God's grace and we need God's involvement in this. And this was not even by a spokesperson. This was what the president himself said while he attended the church function, and he's calling on Nigerians to pray to God and count on God's mercies, count on God's will to make let God's will prevail over well, look at this 2023 election is being tackled from every front, and congratulations are in order for the for Odi Ifeanyi as he has emerged the PDP Guber candidate for Ebonyi State. And Makinde has also joined voice with Wike, Autumn, and the likes, calling for the resignation of Ayu. And what Makinde is come to say, there has to be inclusivity in PDP. Yes, it's for us to be able to bring to be able to unify the whole of Nigeria. Let's begin with us. If the chair the chair is from the north, the vice is from the north, the presidential candidate is from the north, is this a northern party? Like, you have to prove that by, and they are coming out to say, are you must resign. And Atiku is also, has also joined them to say, yes, you must go, but it has to be done constitutionally. It has to, however way it needs to go, they have to use the constitution, to see to his removal and not just clamoring that he has to go. But even the constitution, backs them. So what is the problem? If even the presidential candidate has come out to say then Ayo has to go, and he's giving them the only clause for that to happen, that they have to, use the constitution, and the constitution kicks against, having the presidential candidate from the north and the chairperson from the north. So if they are not going to use the constitution, what else are they supposed to use to get Ayo out of that place? Of course, this question is for the PDP people. And what other story do we have here? And now this is rather surprising. That's Ogboni confraternity. They've come out to warn the kingmakers against politicizing the Alaafin stool. So when it comes to, well, in as much as this is a good one, right? Them coming out to say you must not politicize the this traditional office, but Ogboni confraternity, okay. I'm just doing newspaper review here, guys. And then what other story do we have here? Okay, that's it for Daily Sun. We'll move to our last paper for the day. Yes. Okay, let me take this comment. Michael says, every election here, pray to God to keep Nigeria one. For how long? Honestly, when I saw that message, I was like, okay, of course, every year we pray, and the results we get are nothing to write home about. I believe in prayer, but this time around, it's going to take way more than prayer. Oziegbe Wilfer says, why would they care about education when APC and PDP have stolen their brain? Even senior advocates can now say, so long you are a member of APC, you can contest with NEPA bill if you have no result. All right, that was from Oziegbe Wilfred. We'll take the last paper. Oh, and that's The Guardian. Forgive me, The Guardian. Yes, on The Guardian, we have energy crisis forces Nigeria's 43 million households to spend 8.9 trillion naira per year. That's a huge number. That's a really huge number. Electricity workers demand reversal of privatization. Say new owners are hustlers. Experts worry over absolute refineries, gas processing facilities. Stakeholders insist Nigerians paying for inefficiencies and tariff hike. Oh yeah, we've taken that other story already. Police Service Commission Chairman Smith resigns amid recruitment controversy. Google lists telecom sector media, NGOs as highly vulnerable to cyber attacks. Arrest Quiz Gumi Group urges DSS. Lord's agency on Mahmoud's detention. You are sleeping, Mr. President, PDP chief tells Buhari. Southwest PDP resolves to back Atiku as Makinde insists Ayu must go. Buhari's Imo visit waste of resources, says citizens. The citizens of Imo State, right? They have been very, very, very brazen about the visit of the president to their state. Mr. Tunaija, good day to you. Are you back? All right, Mr. Tunaija, let me know when you are back in the studio. Mr. Charles, I'm not sure if I caught your reaction yesterday on the president's visit. Do you also agree that it's a waste of resources for him to have, go over there to inaugurate that project?
Buhari, I don't know what he went there to do. I don't know because there is nothing new. He just went there to spite on the Imo people, the Igbo general, knowing very well that that was the day this guy was going to court, and the whole Southeasterners are at least 70 to 80% of them are sitting at home. Purpose of them is putting the president visit on that day. What did he? What? Since Buhari came to power, has he ever? Or does it mean that autumn are not building any project? Has he ever visited autumn? Has he? No. I've never heard that he visited Governor Wike to commission any project. No. And so many of them. Why within a short period of time he came to Imo State 2 times to do what? What did he come to do? Because they are he just fly Nigeria presidential jet and waste the money. Come to Imo State. The Supreme Court governor waste the resources that people don't have just to welcome here and make noise. Honestly, I don't want to talk much about that. I want to speak on another thing, not President Buhari's visit to Imo State, because it has no impact in the Imolites at all. It has never helped, and it will never help. But if you allow me, there's something I want to speak on concerning President Buhari praying, going to church or whatever to say the people should pray. I want to make a comment on that. You see, there is something that is happening in Nigeria, which each and every time I look at it, I call some people hypocrites. They are really hypocrites, because I know the duty of a father is to direct the children, give them advice that will help them in every of their actions, so that they won't regret or make mistake. That's the duty of a father. But in Nigeria, the so-called Christian leaders and religious leaders are hypocrites. They are really hypocrites. They cannot, when a bishop, GO, will tell the congregant that he's not a partisan man, he has no political party, but you can advise your congregant, look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at what is happening. We cannot continue on this. Look at the kind of things we want in Nigeria. Look at the kind of person we want in Nigeria. If any of these candidates does not have any of this quality, nobody should vote him. If any of these candidates cannot prove to Nigerians where he's coming from, that's the duty of a leader, a father. But most of them are just hypocrites. Because they are friends to these politicians. They come to their church, they donate money, they give them handshake, Even most of them have the oil, the oil, most of them have oil wells and the contractors. They get favors from them. They can't speak out. That is why they are the major contributor. They are one of the major contributor of what is happening in Nigeria. Because it's not all about preaching. It's not about telling people about heaven. It's not about telling people about politics, because when these people make a wrong policy, it will affect everyone. But when they make when good people of good character get into position, get into power, they make a good policy that everyone will enjoy. But these people have refused to speak out. Many of them, they have refused to speak out. They have refused to talk. Some that are talking, the central government will threaten them that, oh, they are using their pulpit for politics. What you can never separate government from church. You can never. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Charles. Sorry, I was struggling to unmute my mic. Mr. Vine Maxwell.
Thank you, Sister
Now
Ma. Can you
let's
just
talk about this. Let's talk about this. NSAS panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 victims. 74 victims, and I tell you that the victims of this police malhandling and all of these things that builds up against the police force. So Paul does not even begin to do justice to that number. But let's just say that they have done noble by doing this. But now they have tackled what brought about the massacre that happened on Nigerians October 2020. But they are not acknowledging, neither are they accepting that some unknown gunmen in military uniform entered the state, drove down past a military defense quarter, past there, and they went to the toll gate in their regal and they killed people. The government have not come out. So is this supposed to justify, or is this supposed to calm the anger of Nigerians? Or should we not still demand to know who gave the order?
Thank you, Sister Emma. This is where I will call the Nigerian youths to rise up, because it is a very big slap in the face of the youth of Nigeria and those that participated in that NSAS protest. I was there for 2 days. I left Ghana there. I drove. I was there for 2 days at that Lekki. Unfortunately, a day and a half I left there, the shootout, happened. You see, in the first place, I would never look. Judging from my own point of view and where I stand, there is nobody. There is no. What they are doing is just, covering up the heinous crime. That is tantamount to war crime. It is a war crime that was visited on the youth of Nigeria, expressing how badly, especially that wing of the police force, is to the people. I don't, in fact, I do not know. By now, I'm supposed to see people coming out to speak against it in the Nigerian space, especially the youth and those that stand for the youth. But look at them. This is the reason why they will continue to do it on and on and on and on, because they will do it and they get away with it. It is not today that we started hearing of unknown soldier. Unknown soldier went to late Fela and Nicola Kuti's house, threw the mother from I think a story building downstairs. It was unknown soldiers. Unknown soldiers has gone to so many places in Nigeria and wreak havoc, took lives of Nigerians without no prosecution. Unknown soldiers has also come to Lekki up to today, and I heard that the commander was a lieutenant colonel, newly promoted, I think colonel, after that incident. They are there. They saw them. There are videos, but all we could hear is all this, rubbish that they are churning out every day. I wouldn't eat it. That money they paid is a very big slap to the youth. And by now,
All right.
I would have wanted them to do something. Let them kill them. We will also come. We will also come, just like we did the last time. What is going on in that country? That you will commit atrocity, a crime that is tantamount to war crime, and you get away with it in that same Nigeria. That is why I always tell you that Nigeria encourages impunity and criminality. I am disappointed, my sister. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Vine, thank you for your submission. Please, if you are just joining us, please, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome. I am delighted to have you here. But please do also like this broadcast, share, and invite someone, guys. But start with liking this broadcast. Turn on your notification bell also and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Guys, please do want to show some love by clicking on the dollar sign to the right in the comment section. Please. Thank you very much and welcome to the broadcast again. Mr. Let Go. What's your
Miss
reaction to this?
Miss Emma.
Is 200 yes, sir?
Yeah, I heard what the last speaker said. That what he said is the truth. It's a slap. So even these governments, they are not smart. How how can you compensate something you are claiming you did not do? How can you do that? These are facts. The Nigerians need to hold on to fight against the government. You came out and said nobody was dead, nobody was shot, and you again is bringing money for settlement. Why? So the government have a question to answer, and is the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, the government of Lagos State. They have a question to answer. Samolu, Tinubu, they have a question to answer. Who ordered the shoot? Lai Mohammed came out in a broad daylight that nobody was shot. President Buhari did not say anything. But now, he can tell Nigerians to pray. We don't need to pray anything because he has destroyed the country. President Buhari said, Tinubu said, because of Muslim ticket, that is why he was not a vice president today. But in his time, after Nigeria cried, he ignored their cries and he picked a Muslim ticket. And our bishop and pope, Kuka and Co, are saying that we should leave it alone. When Kuka did his birthday, Tinubu was there, singing praises, giving him brown envelope, and telling him to join him to work for Nigerians. And Buhari is telling Nigerians to pray. We don't need to pray. We don't need. He was there when our people was killed and massacred in the Lekki toll gate. We never heard from him. He was there when our people are raped, when our people are being killed in a broad daylight. He was there when Deborah was killed and lynched. in a broad daylight. He never make a comment. Or he came out and said we should pray. The only prayer we should pray is that what he did in Nigeria will happen to him and his family whenever he leave this power. That is what we will pray for. He is there. Shetima is telling Nigerians that he will handle security when they get to power. They never make any comment. You know, he is there now. Our children are on strike for 7 months, no solution. And he is the president sitting in the office, sleeping and wake up without no worries. So if Buhari is to be my father, I will tell him categorically, you are a failure. I will tell him that is the injustice he has done to me, you unborn children in our country. So this money that they are paying, if they lose power, Emma, the truth will come out. Mark it. If these people lose power by God's grace in 2023, the truth about Lekki toll gate and all the evil that is going on will come out. Nigeria should keep working hard, collectively effort, put more pressure in INEC, because these people are doing everything possible to make sure that INEC is inferior, to manipulate INEC. That is their confidence that no matter what happens, they will be in power. But Nigeria have a word to say. That word is, we should, by fire, by blood, fight to recover Nigeria, fight to take back our country by voting competent and capable people, not people we will use our money that we don't have to take care of their health. We don't need that anymore. When Buhari leave office, you will hear amount of money that Nigeria has been paid to take care of that man. And we don't want to go that way again. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Letgo. Thank you. Mr. Tunanja.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you for having me, Emma, and greetings to everyone on the panel and the viewers and on the chat. I'm sorry, I was just a bit distracted and I didn't exactly follow the entire trajectory of the discussion. I don't know if you can give me just a 30-second breakdown.
Yes, sir. Talking about the answers, panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 victims. Now, we are done with that phase. Should we also look forward to the government coming to tell us who actually gave the order and who these people are? Because as it is, the military still stand their ground that they are not the ones. And Sanwo-Olu still stands his ground that the order came from above. It's beneath him. Don't Nigerians deserve to know? Should we not expect legal actions taken against those officers? And do we not deserve to know why they're not saying anything? Is 298 million are supposed to let such atrocity just go?
Yeah, it's a shame because these things are part of it's partly baked into national governments. And I remember there was a case here in the year, there was a tragedy at the stadium where a lot of people died, and the police were supposed to do a better job of it, but they didn't. But they covered up a lot of decades, and most of the truth, something that happened in the 80s, most of the truth came out in the 2015 or so, and even till now it's barely still resolved. So governments are very fickle. They tend to do things a lot, and sometimes for reasons maybe they believe is for the greater good. Because if they tell people what truly happened, people's heads would explode or something. And so they tend to hide things quite. And this one, in the case of Nigeria, things tend to come out a lot faster.
compared to the secrets that are held here in the West. So sooner or later, the truth is going to come out. We already, within 20 years, we're already knowing what happened with Abacha and the coup plotters and all the rest of that happened. So Nigeria's secrets don't last very long. Question is, even when you find, you're going to do, are they going to be sued? And most of these people are military people that will not even respond. It's a bit of a shame, but what I am happy to hear is that at least the compensation is coming through now. And this on that, we're arguing this stuff the other day. I was saying the people that protested, they actually got what they wanted. And I just really hope that Nigerians actually recognize a win when they have won. Because if you don't recognize when you are winning, how do you know what direction to be going?
Please say that again, Mr. Tunanja. People that protested, they got what they wanted.
Yes, most of them got what they wanted in terms of the banning of SARS police, prosecuting police officers that violated, that the SARS police officers, including now compensations too. And when I was saying it, people were saying, no, they didn't get anything. Everything was forged. Yeah, you can see that they are paying those people off now, saying, they recognize what has happened. And so, because why do you think that happened? You think in any other situation, Nigerian government will be compensating anybody? Because Nigerians made it happen. They forced them. They pushed their hand, and the government saw the red, and they ran back and decided to give them everything they wanted. And this is what I always advise Nigeria. What I observed during that time told me a lot about Nigeria, and it made me think in time. And I noticed that even during Abacha, that we are calling crazy Abacha, universities were going on strike. Pengas and all these people were going on strike. Like, Nigerians are hard to govern. I can tell you that right now. Abacha that was crazy, jailing all kinds of people, even jailed Sultan of Sokoto, killed this in Sarawiwa, Kudirat, all of them. People were falling left and right. Wasn't it? Tinubu was escaped to London. But yet, they're going on strike anyway. I couldn't, if you imagine it now, it's like, how did that happen? ASU was still going on strike. Under a crazy leader like Abacha, they were doing it. So Nigerians are a tough people to govern, and there's a reason why Nigeria hasn't had a leader that has 10 years in office. Not one leader. There are Cameroon. The guy has been in office, if I'm not mistaken, more than 30 or 40 years in Cameroon, next door to us. Ghana, they had leaders for over 20 years. Nigeria, our leaders, they are happy to leave office sometimes. Buhari is looking forward to leaving office. If you go to African countries, you don't see that happening. And it tells you that the people there's something about Nigerian people that make their leaders, like, put them on their toes all the time, to the point whereby when they leave office, it's almost like a relief. And that we have more power than we realize. It's just that we are not wielding it to get what we want. And I believe that if we start recognizing that, you're gonna see changes happen very fast. If Nigerians know what they want and say, you know what, if you don't give us electricity, you're gonna have problem. And believe me, the labor unions and all the other unions, they will gang up. And if the Nigerian people gang up with them, say, this electricity, because it's a very simple thing. This electricity thing, you're going to solve it one way or the other. You're going to solve. Otherwise, one, we are not going to vote for you. You're going to vote for the person that gives us a clear solution. You're going to see the leaders start doing what the people want. And I believe that is the only way to change this country, because this country has been compromised from the top. The only way to change it is if the people take the power back from them. And the way to do it is to start making them and start coalescing with these groups that often do process against them, that represent millions of Nigerians, like NLC, Pengas, and groups. If the people come with them, you're going to see that the political leaders will have to do what they want, because they need votes. Guess what? It's a numbers game. If Tinubu says what the people want, and that's if he agrees with what people will vote for him. If B2B agrees with what the people want, people will vote for him. If you say, Tinubu, give me all the proof that you're going to fix power issue, fix electricity issue, fix all these, fix security issues, and fix corruption issues. If Tinubu brings a concrete that signs up to everything you propose and gives you guys that these legislators are going to pass this thing, and P.W. tells you, I will think about it when I get into office. You know me now, very nice. Which one would you go for? So this is what I mean by when you demand stuff, sometimes the person that is behind that may not start winning may be the one that may more likely grant you what you want because he wants to win. So you tell him, I need this. If you want my vote, if you want my support, this is what you have to do. And by doing, even if let's say, let me just paint this scenario. If this person has only 10% support, but just by embracing what the people wanted, the person gets 30%, and he doesn't even go ahead to win the election. What has happened there is that the person has won the argument. Whoever gets into office will be chasing those votes because tomorrow he knows those votes are going to grow. Because during campaign period, what is happening is that the one that is behind, if that person grows in support, it shows momentum is growing in their direction. But it wasn't just long enough for them to win the election. It means the narrative is now is that people believe that they want electricity done, and anybody that gets into office will do it. I've seen it happen in this country where they talk about government being in government but not in power because the opposition is the country. You can't believe a country where sometimes the opposition is the one running the country because everything the opposition wants, the government has to do it because the government is speaking the voice of the people. The opposition is speaking the voice of the people. That is the where we want nations to be. We don't want them to be telling us what they want to do and go and fail us. We want to tell them what we want them to do. Because if you look at this NSAS one now, they are the ones that told the government what they want to do, what they want the government to do. Imagine if the government was the one that proposed to the NSAS people the solution. You will not get this. They will propose a watered down solution. But because the NSAS people were the one that proposed it and they got everything they wanted, it's clear for everyone to see. And that is what I think when we are going towards an election like this, we should make our demands clear, specific, not give me power. Power means anything. Generator is power. Give me electricity. This is how you are going to do it. If you want to use mobile power plants, if you want to use that dam that you have to build there, you make them sign up that this is what is going to happen. And if people know the companies that are going to build it before they even get into office, so that by the time this period that they are campaigning is a period of cementing what they are going to be doing when they get into office. That is the way you make a change without necessarily using a lot of blood.
But
This part is the only part.
if you look at the case of President Buhari, the things that he said he was going to do and the things that he has actually done does not match up, Mr. Tunaya. So are we supposed to look at, take what they say, or we should look at antecedents? Let's look at the track record, where they are coming from. Are they the ones that say and they do? Or I mean, people would say, or I have discussions with my father, he would be like, when Buhari was the president, the other time was the president, that this was how the people, suffered, and it looks like history is repeating itself. And you hear from other people say, we can't. How did we allow history repeat itself? So why
You
should we
said it
expect
yourself.
something different from you this time around? Let's look
You
at
said it
what you have
yourself.
done, where you are coming from. So, okay.
You said it yourself. Somebody said this is what he's going to do. Not the people said this is what he should do.
So we should be the ones to tell them what they should do for us.
Exactly. You have policies
Okay.
formulated and have them sign up to that policy. Because if they sign up to that policy, now it's your policy that is going to be implemented, or both of you agree on the policy. That is the policy that is going to be implemented. So when they get into government, what is there they are going to do? The policy is what they are there to fulfill. And you
But
give
how,
them the
how,
support
how
to do it.
feasible is this? How feasible is this, Mr. Tunaja? We've been crying out. Okay, I don't want to drag this any further with you. We'll probably have this discussion later on in the evening. Please round off your submission so I move to someone else.
Okay, so as I was saying, I think I went long on that one. I agree. Regarding the NSAS this thing compensation, I think that is the right thing to have done, and Nigerians should learn the right lessons from it. You've got a win here,
All
and
right.
it's a sign that you can get your way in anything else you want. That's the approach we want to take. I'm not saying we should go and riot, but we should have our own demands for our leaders.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you for being on this broadcast, Mr. Tunaja. Thank you. Mr. Chris George. Hi, Mr. Chris George. Good day to you. Welcome to the broadcast. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You've been very patient. Thank you for your patience. Let's catch a reaction on, the federal government not admitting, acknowledging uh, the NSA saga, but they've compensated. What led to the NSA saga? So, is this compensation enough? Should Nigerians, keep quiet and go back in? Is this compensation enough? Or we should still demand from those people?
Okay. Uh, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Mr. Judge.
Okay. First of all, who give order? That's what Nigeria need to know. Who give order of shooting? Because protest is a means of a citizen to communicate with government for government to hear what they want. Issue of NSAS in Nigeria, thousands, millions of youths was massacred in Lekki toll gate, not only in Lekki, including in Okozo, in Anambra, in Delta, in Ugeri, in different parts of this country, Nigeria. Many youth was massacred. Compensation is not enough. We need to know who give the soldiers the audacity to shoot the youth. We need to know who authorized that shooting. That's why Nigeria demand to know. Because in certain time, Minister of Information, Rai Mohammed, said that they're going to release white paper. Say now, the white paper is still pending. No one knows about that. So we need to know who gave that authority. Because I don't see reason why government is shooting youth without youth that not carry any weapon, youth that not have anything, they're just protesting and SARS. Before government will do what? We order the authority for shooting of youth. They must observe the handwork of the SARS. Why the youth are demanding to end SARS? The catastrophe that SARS have caused, the dangerous thing SARS have caused to the citizens, because this government, sometimes this government you are seeing, government is not a big thing. When I see this government is just an employee. Government are just employee to do the work. People employ to do the work. That's like one Sogudo, my governor. I heard what in his speech, he said that he's an employee. People employ him to do the work. And he will do the work according to the will of the people. But when it comes to terms of presidency, is the opposite side. You see, I don't see anything why youth are protesting. Government are cheating them. How then soldier to shoot them? For what purpose? In Nigeria, I see that. When youth are protesting, you come out and authorize the soldier to start shooting the youth and the police. And what pains me most, I ask questions. Is it these police officers, the military, are they have brothers and sisters? The youth that is armless, just carrying carbon sheet of paper, writing NSAS. You just open fire on them. Wait till they arrive. But sometimes when I assume that government children are victim of that NSAS, or minister of one minister is children, or one of the children are victim. They're just NSAS. Like, let me take you what back in Cameroon one certain time. Some Pentecostal church, if they are open now in Cameroon, arrest the mega churches. Because one minister children is a minister of government agency, a top high ranker politician. His daughter went for deliverance in one church. All these African fake churches, they went there, the process of deliverance, to get the idea. Because of that, the president banned the church. Said to accept Anglican and what? Pentecostal. Anglican and Catholic, I mean. Unless the church, any church will establish, any Pentecostal will take a feature from government. Then government will observe whatever they're doing. Because why we are still spreading insecurity in Nigeria now? Unknown government in the east, bandits, terrorism. Because since we are Boko Haram dealing with the people in Northeast, in Bonu? Have any government children be victim of that? This Chetima, have your daughter be victim? Have your son be victim? No. As some of their children are victim of this, then now they will end the insecurity once and for all. Where the present children, the ministers, their children outside. That's why anything government decide to do, they will carry it on. They don't care life of citizens. None of them care about the life of citizens. They just waste these useless people. Doesn't have future. That's how Nigerian government regard their citizens. But when election come, they remember the citizens are good citizens. We need to demand who ordered that EndSARS shooting. We need to know. That's where I stand. So,
Right.
in terms of, okay, let me come. In terms of power, electricity. Why is it difficult? Nigeria cannot generate electricity.
Mr. Chris George, please, you have 1 minute to round off your submission. Thank you.
Okay. In 1960, back years, in the East, when there was the Eastern region, coal used to generate electricity. In North, Mampira plant, Kanch Dam used to generate electricity. Why all these things are scrambled? We need to demand this government. We need to know where we stand, because when we look at other African countries, they have electricity, and when we come on our own, it will be worst. So what I stand, we need to know who are shooting, even every defense staff or any military, because they can never deny it. So that's where I stand.
All right, Mr. Chris George, thank you for your submission. Thank you to everyone on here on this broadcast. Thank you to Niger. Thank you to James Morgan for being here. Thank you to Pansat HD. Mr. Pansat, how have you been? And where have you been? Good to read from here today. Naomi Bella, I'm sending love and kisses to you wherever you are. And I hope you are fine. You've not been on the broadcast today. I hope you are fine. Osa, your mom. You'll get more information on that later on in the evening. But thank you for asking. I best believe that we are still very much on it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for being on this broadcast with me. Destiny, hi Destiny. It's been a minute. Thank you for being here today, Osagbovo. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Thank you, Ozegbe Wilfred. Thank you for being on this broadcast. You guys have been quite engaging today. Thank you for your submissions. Thank you for your reactions. Mr. Van Maxwell, Chidi Domike, Mr. Rita, thank you. Innocent, thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. Mary Kimade, thank you so very much. Osagovo again. And Mommy Diaspora, thank you to each and every one of you. Apologies if your name wasn't called. Apologies, but thank you so very much. Yes, and I think we'll get a fine day to talk about this compensation. Is this compensation enough or not? James Morgan says that this compensation is not enough. We want to know. We need to know. We deserve to know. Nigerians, are you going to take this compensation and shut your mouth, or are we going to demand? Because it is fearful. It is terrifying that our government does not know who came into our land to kill innocent people, and nobody is talking about it. And coming out to say that, like Mohammed said, that was Photoshop. For crying out loud. Is it backwardness? How can you say that's Photoshop? And then we have the Sherlock Fashola. See, if you're a political leader, office holder in Nigeria, you need to understand that enough is enough. You guys cannot keep taking us for a fool. Imagine Fashola would go there days later and go and pick up one dead-ass camera. Really? And that's supposed to be something. And Sanwo-Olu dancing around with the military saying it is this one is saying it is not that one. Really? And we're going to be 60-something. That's pathetic. You guys, you say accountability, we are holding it very strong. You have to come ready. And we are saying we need to know. We are demanding, we want. So now that it even took them so long, look at when they are just settling the answers. Look at when they're just giving compensations to families. I mean, what, 2 years later? So how long is it going to take us to know who gave the order? How long is it going to take us to know that? Guys, we need to vote rightly. We need to vote rightly.
You see how you are. You see, this is what makes you guys don't know the
um,
kind of headache you give your government. See, in Egypt, there was one day protest that happened that the Egyptian government killed more than 1,000 people in one go. Even the one that happened 2013, they killed 900 and something people in one go. This is a country with half the population of Nigeria, and they just kill people like that. Are brutal when they want to be. Have you heard of Tiananmen Square?
so,
Governments
Mr.
can be very,
Tunaja,
very brutal.
we should accept it that because it
No,
happens other places, we should accept it?
I'm saying, see, you have to see from my point of view sometimes that we don't accept any, and that's the problem. We don't even know our power. How that's unscrupulous we
So
are with our government.
you're saying we have it better. This part of Africa, Nigeria has it better than what is being practiced
Than most
outside.
African countries. Nigerians have it better than most African countries in terms of
If
their
if
ability
if
to influence their governments.
if we have it
They don't know
better
it.
and we are like this, but those other countries that don't have it better are better than us in terms of
Now you have
governance,
to ask
in
yourself
terms
why.
of
You have to ask yourself. It's a very
obviously we
interesting
don't have
question,
it
isn't it?
any better. Obviously we don't have it any better, Mr. Tunaja. Obviously we do not have it any better.
Yeah, you tell me. The numbers are telling you now. 1,000 people dead in one day, and we are still saying that guy. They were not compensated though.
So
Those ones were not compensated
after the massacre, how many people die on a daily basis?
in Egypt or in Nigeria.
Yeah, no, in Egypt. If we are going to use them
Oh,
as
in
a
Egypt,
case study.
they do die because remember they used to have a terrorist problem, but they plug the gap now because they have almost 1 million soldiers and they have their police is very, very active. I don't know whether
All
you've
right.
seen that big YouTuber that went to. They harassed him from the beginning. He got to the airport he left the country because they didn't give him any room. They monitor everybody in that country. Well,
All right, Mr.
our country
Tunaja.
is different, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, obviously. Mr. Vine Maxwell, please, you have 1 minute, just 1 minute to give your submission. Please unmute your mic, Mr. Vine.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Vine, I can hear you.
Okay. What I would like to say is this. You see, there is what we call rules of engagement. It is stated there in the Army Act, in the Nigerian Constitution. There is a rule to engage people. You can only apply the last resort, which is the last resort, which is the use of deadly force, if your life is threatened. The lives of those soldiers, armed men that marched to that toll gate to Niger, were not threatened. They have no issue releasing their bullets to the unarmed, civilians, youths there. It is criminal offense. In fact, this is a criminal unless Nigeria themselves. All the learned people in Nigeria cannot take Nigerian government up on this. Being that it is done in other places doesn't mean that it should be done in Nigeria. They have lives. Lives matter. I was once a military officer. I cannot kill people that raise their hands up. What kind of nonsense is happening in Nigeria? That you will come out, the same people that equip you, give you those arms to protect them, you are using it to kill them when they are protesting. That what you are doing, one arm of your
Mr. Van Maxwell,
is doing
I'd like to
is
ask you, something you just said. So if you were in the military at the time that this happened and you were given the order, like your other colleagues, you wouldn't have carried out that order?
I would not do it, Emma. And that was if I go back to the reason why I resigned from the army is because of this.
All right.
It is because of this that made me, because you cannot be in a society where you will use the power you have to intimidate those that are being dealt with. The Southern Kaduna people were dealt with.
Just one more question. Just one more question, Mr. Van. So,
yes,
what happens to a military man that that does not take order? What was his fate? What's the
Yeah,
punishment?
if you don't take order, there is it is in the Army Act, they will charge you for what they call refusal to obey a standing order, and that can give you at least 14 days IHL, what they call imprisonment with hard labor and loss of salary. And that if I can't do that, and in order to avoid killing innocent people, my sister, give me the 14 days IHL and take my pay. And if I say
All
no,
right.
I cannot do that, the military is a voluntary job. I have the right to put in paper and do what they call voluntary discharge. I go away because I
Okay.
cannot stand killing innocent people that are not carrying arms. And nobody
All right.
should justify
All right,
such
Mr.
thing.
Vine.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
Mr. Vine. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Mr. Let Go, please, in another 1 minute, your submission. In just 1 minute, please. Just 1 minute.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Ima, thank you. Thank you so much. I disagree with what Tuna just said, that Nigeria should recognize when they are winning. Okay, Nigeria won by APC government coming to pay widows, families that lost their brothers, mother, father that lost only son, mother, father that lost only daughter, for protesting for the injustice of SARS. Now we are winning by the same government that claim that they don't know what happened to come back and pay compensation for what they don't know. How can government dash people money that they don't know what happened, and you call it that we are winning? Child, it is a pity. Everybody is entitled for their opinion, but sometimes there's some opinion that can jeopardize our own future. That Nigerians was killed in 100. The government said that they don't know anything, and now the government came out to pay compensation. And somebody said that we are winning. That is the country we are living in. That is why APC is bragging that they will retain power. After failed, they want to force us to believe that they have done well. After killing us, they want to even give us money plus killing us. And somebody say we are winning. Look, Nigerians, wherever you are, you have to stand firm. You have to stand firm and defend yourself before they kill somebody. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. Let me get something clear. Let me make something very clear here, right? This money, the 298 millionaire, is not to compensate the losses or the casualties at the NSAS protest. This is for the brutality, police brutality that has happened over time, that had been reported. You know, the things that led to the NSAS protest itself, the police brutality, the cases that were reported, the everything, that led to NSAS. This is what has just been concluded. This is what they are getting compensation on. Now, because of what happened at the NSAS and the killings at the NSAS, after all of that, they thought to, set up a panel. The panel they even did set up to investigate this. The military did not even let those people into their building, where they said you still have some cops there, where they say you have some injured people that had bullets. They were taken to the military hospital there. They did not allow the journalists, they did not allow the panelists to get into or access their building. And they say this is same order from above. So this is not acknowledging or giving compensation to people of that casualties of October 2020. This is for the police brutality that has happened over time. Now, they are not touching the issue of the NSAS. They are not touching the things that happened during that time. They are condescending it. They do not regard it. They do not see it as anything worthy of recognition or even talking about. So I'm saying, if police brutality that has happened over time and has taken them 2 years to come up with this is what they could come up with at the end of the day. Just 74 cases. Just 74 cases. So what are we, when are we going to begin to have that talk for the NSAS itself? Mr. Tunaija, please, you have 1 minute.
Like our people never rest. I see. What I'm saying is context. Sometimes you can't. Our country is not in a good state. We are highly country with very little resources to go around. And when you see a government that seems to be moving towards the people, I think we should learn to see when somebody is lending and bringing a hand towards us, because it's going to seem like we're just punching in the dark. And when we make a hit, trashing everywhere as well, instead of us to go in the direction we just made a hit, it means that we're just traumatized and we're just trashing out in all direction. Remember, at that time during this SARS protest, there were prisons being broken into, and things were getting out of control in the country. And when they asked, the government has consented to everything they wanted already before then, days before then, before this massacre happened, and it resulted in they claimed that some hoodlums were among the protesters and all that, used that excuse to kill people. Then after they kill people, they ended. It's funny, isn't it? After people die like that, then people decide to listen and go home. The same thing happened in Egypt when they had a protest to remove Mubarak at first. They removed him and he didn't kill a lot of people. They removed him from office. They carried out the democratic election, brought Morsi in. Morsi ran for 1 year. Protesters went crazy on the street, started protesting against him, and they brought a military guy into office. The military guy come into office, killed a lot of people on the street. They all went home. He ran for election, won it, and now he's still the president of Egypt. It's funny, when people get what they want, they don't even recognize it. When they had a democracy in Egypt, they didn't like it then. They tore it down, and now they got a dictator in office, like Mubarak, that they got rid of at first. This is why it's important to know when you are winning something, so you head in that direction where you are winning and consolidate on it. Because if you don't, you're going to get worse and worse, because you're just a kind of, how do I put it, traumatized. You're not seeing when you're actually getting a hit. How many times do Nigerian people ask for something and they got it within a week? This is what happened in that process. And I was there then. I was saying, you've all gone. Maybe it's time to start pulling back. No, they were not pulling back. They were even ratcheting it up. They were beginning to talk about the president should step down. They were not agreeing to go anymore. It changed from SARS to the president should step down. They were breaking into prison, releasing criminals, endangering our families, children, and so how does that make
you can't clearly tell that was done by political thugs. You think well-meaning youth who is fighting for his freedom, who just wants to go out, see his friend and be free, or that youth that just wants to stay outside his house. I mean, we have people who would say they just left the house maybe past 10, past 11 to just buy something around. Either they are going to buy bread and beans after coming back from work or something, or going to buy something and they get picked up by the police. These people, you think these are the same set of people who went to, break prison to release criminals, who went to vandalize?
Of course not. Of course not. They won't do that.
Okay.
No, they won't do that. But you always see people, when a state is unstable like that, the police is stressed trying to keep the streets safe. Then you will see miscreants and even foreign agents coming to destabilize the country.
How long this protest was on before the president even said a word? People were at some point clamoring that, Mr. President, that we know he's not dumb, he's not deaf, he can speak.
Our president is useless. We know that. We know that our president is useless. The guy didn't even make a speech when he was sworn into office.
I'm sorry.
What do you expect from him?
You can't say that.
What do you expect from Buhari?
You have to take that back, please.
No. Okay, I will not call him useless. But the point is, they swore this guy into office. He didn't even make a sense. You think he's going to come out when there is a protest? The guy doesn't talk.
Okay, so if the youth are clamoring from NSAS to the president must go, it's in line. If you do not care about something that is killing people massively daily, what are you doing here? And you will not even address us. So it wasn't out of line for the people to say, okay, from this we want to reform Nigeria. Let's just this man should step down.
Then what if you got a military regime? What if you got a
another
military regime when
10 years?
you're asking a president to go? You go and get a military regime. You see, this is the thing. What you don't want, that's what you are going to get. I gave an example with Egypt. That's exactly what happened. When in line, then the young military guys feel like, okay, this is our opportunity. They move the
All right,
government
Mr.
from
Senator.
office
Thank
because
you.
people are
Thank
crying out
you.
for the
Thank
government to
you.
go.
They are coming for me that I always give you more time, Mr. Senator. Thank you. I'll move on
Yeah, yeah.
to I'll move on to some other
Emma,
person. And
Emma,
I would like to,
Emma,
yes, please.
please give me 2 seconds. Let me ask Tunaja one question.
Please give me a minute.
So,
Give me a minute.
uh,
Let me address something here. Somebody said, Mario. Hi Mario. It's good to have you. If you're going to be coming to the studio when it's already 11 o'clock, newspaper review is just for an hour. It's just for an hour. It's 11:31, and I'm yet to even round up with the people that are on the screen. So if I don't accept you, you know that it is because of time, right? Please, thank you. I've said this over and over again. If I don't, it's because of time. That's why I enjoin you to please come out early enough so we can, give our submissions and and all of that. That's why, Mr. Chris George. Oh, sorry, Mr. Let Go. I think that was Mr. Let Go. You wanted to say something, Mr. Let Go.
yes, yes. So my question is very simple. So can we now say that during NSAS, Nigeria has invaders. Invaders invaded our country and killed Nigerians during NSAS. Can that be correct? Since the government
That is
don't know who ordered
that's
the
what the
shoot.
government are saying to us, both Lagos state government and the federal government of Nigeria. So how safe are we?
Okay. Now that means that government, we don't have government. If an external attack came to Nigeria and attack our people, and we have a government, and they don't want to fight that, they don't want to investigate what happened, rather than they want to compensate. So Nigeria should stand up and make sure that these people never smell that office again. Yeah, that is my opinion. If they don't
All
know
right.
who invaded us, our land, kill our people, then the government has failed. And the government needs to hold accountable when they leave office.
I think they
Thank
All
know.
right,
you.
Mr.
They're
Lego.
just not
All
telling
right,
you.
Mr. Lego. Thank you, gentlemen. Please, I'll move on to Mr. Chris George. Mr. Chris George, thank you for waiting. You have the floor, sir.
Okay, well, this my panel speak is irrefutable. Sorry, everyone's opinion is acceptable. Oh, how can you tell me that SARS? Do you know the activities of SARS? SARS that will dry your pocket. SARS that when you are going driving a good car, they will just shoot you and kill you, take over your car, and citizens now come out to protest, and government sent to fire them squad after government said they don't know who invaded the citizen. Is it not laughable? How can you tell me that? Which means external body come to Nigeria, invaded Nigerian citizen. What is duty of the government, if I may ask? What is duty of the police? What is duty of the army? The duty of police to maintain internal security. Why the duty of army to maintain external security? Sometimes what happens in Nigeria is laughable. And I don't know whether some of us are paid to defend the failure of the government. We cannot use what happened in House of Okeke and give an example and say the same thing happened in House of Okafo. It's very wrong. The people that wasted are human beings. They contribute economic growth of Nigerian, and their life just wasted. If the government don't know who invaded them, why government are paying compensation? You don't know who killed person, and you are paying compensation to that person. Before you pay compensation, you must investigate who killed these people. What happened to these people? How this go? In sciences, before you give a theory or error, you must undergo experiment. After experiment, you must go what is called hypothesis. From that, we can give up your theory. You must take many observations. How can government didn't know what invaded Nigerian citizen, who and who, that terrorized the citizen in Lekki toll gate? Many youth was
Can
massacred.
I ask you a question?
Yeah, I'm here.
If when you were in office and you saw a protest happening and you fear that if this protest carried on, that it will lead to a military takeover. Maybe you even have evidence that a military coup is about to happen. What would you do? Would you allow the military coup to happen, or you find a way to get the protesters out of the streets?
What I will do, I will first of all, I will observe what triggered the protest, what causes it, what make the citizens to rise and start protesting. That's what I will do.
You don't have time for that. You have less than 24 to 48 hours to decide what to do.
Government have an internal body to investigate.
Just let me.
It's best for government to investigate, not for any to set an army to start killing people, get people out of streets. Is it must that the government will shoot before getting people out of streets? Is it must?
But you didn't. In other words, you would rather we have a military government than get the people out of the street and maintain democracy. Sometimes leaders have difficult questions to answer. That's why I asked you the question, and you waffled your way around it. Try to answer.
Let me tell you
Nigerian. The President Buhari never came out to address Nigeria. When that protest started, what is the duty of the president? I just mentioned something here, that American train stations are going on strike today. But what has the president to do? The president has summoned in their congresses. The president has used his executive power to calm them down. So our president never addressed Nigeria during answers. Our president was comatose during answers. Okay, that is the problem.
You see, the issue here is that Nigeria has an ineffective president. Ineffective president. He sits in the office, wrongs will be going on, and he will not speak. There is nothing bad in dialogue, my people. Call these people and talk to them. And you are justifying it if there is a coup was about to happen. And this, is that the only time that Nigeria has coup before? Has Nigeria has there not been coups in Nigeria in the past? Protest.
So you would rather risk us being under a military regime?
Protests will lead to coup. Do you know? Have you now seen that the NSAS, reason of calling for his, resignation or stepping down has been justified? It has been justified because he is an ineffective president. There was no coup that was going to happen that time. No coup. Nigeria is too big for that, and the world is now going to a different dimension. No coup. If you once you look, there is something people doesn't understand when you talk about coup. Nigeria is being.
Gentlemen, we will find a good day. We'll find a good time to have, this conversation extensively. We don't have the time to do that on here on our newspaper review. On one of our debate days, this topic will be brought back. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but definitely this topic will be brought back for us to dissect. George, no, we are done. We are done, please. I have one person, Mr. Chubuzo. Mr. Chubuzo, welcome to the broadcast.
How are you? Good morning, good morning, everybody.
You have 2 minutes. Mr. Chubuzo, you have 2 minutes, please.
All right,
Thank you.
Let me chip in on what Tunaija just mentioned. I mentioned a particular language yesterday. You cautioned me. And Tunaija said the same thing this morning. You cautioned him. When somebody is useless, I don't know, when you define that language useless, I don't know what you will find out when you define it. Useless is something that is there, but it's not effective. That is what I understand about useless. I don't know if you understand the same language. So when somebody mentions somebody is useless, take it as a credit and they direct it to that person. That is what it is. You're not going to come here and romance a talk, and it's not going to have any effective in anybody here. I don't know if you're getting me. So when we said somebody is useless, that salary goes to him.
Chubuzo, you expect me to sit. So, Mr. Chubuzo, you expect me to sit here and you say that my president is useless or the president is useless and I'm supposed to convert here, and we already say that the insult allowed on the broadcast. You can't even insult yourself on the
I'm not
broadcast. So no,
no, I'm
please do
not
not school
insulting.
me on what it
No,
means
I'm
to
not
be
insulting.
useless.
Useless is not insultive. It's not a language of insult. Useless is just a
All right,
language
Mr.
of
Chubuzo.
non-effective. You understand? So anyway, if there's something I want to add up in what they call it, as what they call it, on effectiveness of who? Well, let me see. Okay, yeah, when the compensation of the NSAS people, we are still behind, and we keep on being behind. Look at this compensation these people are saying. Who this compensation is directed to? Do you know the people this compensation is given to? Do you know the people who were massacred? That is where digitalization come in. And if we don't do all these things, we will keep on having a mistake and we'll keep on having a problem in our system. Thank you. This is what I just want to chip on in this morning. You can go.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chubuzo. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that has been part of this broadcast. I assure you, I promise you that we'll be coming back with this topic, with this conversation, as there is need for us to discuss it extensively. Will 298 millionaire compensation be enough to shut us up, or we as Nigerians, we are coming out to say who gave the order? We would want to know. All right, Mr. Niger.
All right, Iman, good morning to you. How are you?
Well, thank you, sir.
I just wanted to come in here. Good morning and good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I was following this up. We are rounding up now. We have one person, Mr. Jonathan, back there. We normally, Ima have explained that she, when the time is getting closer for her to close, she's not accepting nobody in. Please, we should respect that. Please, Mr. Jonathan, I'm going to put you in for only 1 minute when I finish talking. But in case of next time, if you join 10 minutes before closure, you're not going to be accepted into the broadcast. Mr. Tunaja, I'm here because of you. I'll be listening to what you were saying. I want to let you know, Mr. Tunaja, there's a couple of reports from you for a while now. On this channel, we are very fair. We try to carry everybody along, but I want you to understand that the kind of deliveries that comes out from you is unacceptable here. For example, you saying that, okay, killing people on the NSAS is just normal because it's happening in another country. To be honest, I wouldn't want you to justify things like that on this channel, and I also want you to know, like I said before, we don't just wake up and ban people from this channel because, I don't like it. I'm not a dictator, but when the complaint persists, a continuous complaint continue to come like this, we don't have no choice than to ban you. If you go to the comment section right now to Niger, you can see whenever you're here, people complain by you all the time. I want you to control yourself. I want you to be composed, and I want you to stay on the line of the people, the plight of the people. I'm not here to protect the government. I don't care about the government because they have caused us so much pains. I'm here for the people. So if you are here indirectly protecting the government in the name of you, fighting them, we all are educated and we all have sense. We are all adults. We know what is right, and at the same time, we know what is wrong. I want to let you know, please, I don't want to lose you on this channel. We've received a series of complaints, but when it continue, we might lose you one day, and which is not going to be good. I can see on the comment section, people are saying that you'll be banned from a couple of other channels and all that. I'm not really interested on things like that. I don't judge people based on what people say. I judge you based on what you do or what you say, the physicality of your actions. All right. And I will go to the last contributor. I'm not too sure of the name. Whoever that spoke last said that useless is not an insult, is a normal thing or whatever. I would like to ask that contributor a question. How would you feel if your son, your daughter say, Daddy, you are useless? Will you take that as a normal thing? Please, on this channel, I'm for the people. but doesn't mean I should come here and insult the leaders. Yes, I call APC and PDP satanic parties who have put you and I in where we are today. But I've never one day come here to insult Buhari, insult any governor, insult. No, I will never do such a thing, because in most cases, what you say can be used against you. Please, let's respect the moderator at all times. If she gives you 1 minute, please respect it. This channel is for every one of us, but if we allow it to be, to be used how we like, then other people might not like to come in. She gives you 1 minute, stick with it. If you want to ask questions, don't interrupt, don't interject others. Just follow, raise your hand, bullet point your questions down. When it gets your time, you can answer to the previous contributor. That's it. Remember, the moderator have the power to add or remove. She also have the power to ban, even the power to ban on earth and heaven. So I want you guys to understand that. Thank you very much. And Ima, over to you. Have a good
Do
day.
I have the
Mr.
right to
Naija,
reply?
thank you.
Yes, to Naija, you have a right to reply, but please let it be 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. We are rounding up.
About being banned, one, I'm not banned from any channel. I just decided to come here because I felt
That's
my
why.
typing
That's
was
why I
harder
never
than
judged you by
anything.
that. That's why.
And secondly, all accusing me of being government stooges and all the rest, I can also accuse them of the same, because they are diluting the discourse so that our people don't get to know the truth of what we are facing here. And when I say things, if I'm telling a lie, call me out on it. But if I'm calling things as it is, you should be asking yourself, why are you pushing back? Is it because of conditioning, or is it because you know the truth?
No,
Everything I've said can be verified.
Mr. Tunaja, right from the very first day you came to this channel, in fact, I'm one of your biggest fans, in case you don't know. That's why you see I've received so much complaint about you. I don't even talk about it at all. So me myself, I'm begging you because I don't want to lose you. That's it. I believe everybody are entitled to their opinion, to their, to their own views. I just want you to, say whatever you're saying, but please, I want you to be on the side of the people. Anybody that is on the side of the government is not welcome on my channel. That's just my wish. That's what I'm saying. Okay? I'm not against you. I'm not going to judge you by what people say. I'm not going to judge you where other platform that you've been before. I'm not interested. You are here. You are one of the Najawas family. That is my concern. And I believe it's also my duty to bring you in whenever you are out of track, because I'm a human as well. Same you. Anybody can take me out. Oh, because I like review. Review and feedback is what brought me to where I am today in my life. So I don't have any issue with you, but I just want you to be on the side of the people. That's it. All right? Thank you very much, every one of you. I appreciate you all. And Ima, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Naija. Thank you. Jonathan will say, well, let's see. Jonathan will say, welcome to the broadcast. Are you also Mario on the comment section? Please unmute your mic, sir. Okay. Jonathan will say, thank you.
Yeah, Jonathan, you're having a network issue right there. We gave you opportunity twice, and you could not utilize it. We are rounding up right now. You can join us on tonight's broadcast, 5 p.m., and we're going to discuss all this extensively. Thank you very much.
Great, even better, guys. Just make sure you're here. Turn on your notification bell. By 5 p.m. during our discussion, this topic will be coming up. Do well to come in early so you get a good spot and you give your submission as much as you want. There will be no email to tell you time up, round off, and all of that. So, guys, come prepared and please come with facts, right? Come with facts and come in, let's reason together, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with me on this broadcast. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. I look forward to seeing you in the evening and, of course, to see you tomorrow, too, for the newspaper review. Until I come your way, you stay well. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Bye for now.